Alright, y'all, got something else here. Thought that was an old padlock, and it might still be. I think it is, y'all. Look at this, guys. There's the hole for the key. How's it going, everybody? Appreciate you watching the video. Today we're going to do something just a little bit different. If you remember a couple videos ago, I found this really old 1800s lock, and I found it up at Vane Mountain, North Carolina at the gold camp up there. What we're going to do today is we're going to actually clean this lock. Now it is covered in rust, and but underneath that rust is should be a still really nice lock. I mean, it's not going to be able to use it anymore, but at the same time, it'll be cool to get it cleaned up and be able to preserve this thing for years to come. And matter of fact, I'm going to take this back to Vane Mountain, North Carolina in the end of April to that show up there for everybody to look at. And I'm hoping to have this thing pristine and in really nice shape. And how we're going to do it is we're going to use electrolysis to clean this. We're going to show you how it works, and we're going to try to clean this lock and get all the rust off of it. So let's get to it right now. This right here is the container that we're going to do this in. I just put washing powders in it. I should have waited so that way I could show you everything, but it's one of these old chargers. I actually modified it, and I put the gator clips on it. This is right here is my sacrificial lamb. That's what they call it. And this is the piece of steel that's going to take all of the positive electrical charge. So I got it right there. And on the other side over here, I have the lock, and it's down there in the bottom. So over the course of the next few minutes, it's probably gonna, hang on, clear out some of that stuff. You should be able to see the lock down there in the bottom. But I got it hooked to a piece of copper wire with a clamp down there, just no plastic clamp. It shouldn't hurt it because it ain't gonna hurt this either. But it's gonna go to this wire right here, and this is a negative charge right here, a negative charge. Here's your positive charge on your sacrificial steel. Here's your negative charge, and this is going to be on the lock. And what it'll do, it'll start bubbling. And when it starts bubbling, it's going to start working that rust off of the lock. So really looking forward to seeing what it does. It may take a few minutes to start seeing it bubble, but it should start bubbling once I plug it in, and you should start seeing some progress there. So we're going to get this thing started, and it's probably going to take 3 or 4 or 5 hours because this thing is completely rusty. So let's get on it now. So here's what we have so far. It hadn't done a whole lot of work. I think because I've had so much copper wire, a lot of the suds coming off of it and the bubbles coming off of it are running down that wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire a little shorter, maybe right here, and I'm going to wrap this wire around around this portion of the lock. And I'm going to stick that gator clip right to it and actually touch this lock, and maybe that'll help get a better connection to just the lock itself. Put most of its energy right toward the lock. So let's do that, and then we'll get it back going. Sometimes while you do this, best just get the old wire brush. I'm knocking off a lot of this off of it. Just trying to clean up some of the rust that's starting to fall off of it. I'm trying to hit that brass piece there. This will kind of help knock off the stuff that's already loosening up, and then I'll run it again. It's starting to get late in the evening, sun's getting ready to go down, So I'm probably going to have to move this to the garage for the evening, so that way it can continue to run. This is starting to shape up though. It's starting to get all that off of it. I think it's a rock. I can't figure out what that is sticking off the side of it next to the keyhole. I think it's a rock though. Maybe a rock jammed down in there. It's cleaning up though. You can start to see the shape of the keyhole there. Starting to look really good. Alright, so we're starting to get some definition around it here. So I'm going to put this back in there. I took that other piece of copper off of it because I didn't want that thing interfering with it. So we're going to stick it back in there. Probably going to do some moving here in a little bit, but I'm going to let it run a little while longer before I move it. Alright, so let's see what else comes off of it. Alright y'all, it's getting late in the evening and that sun is wearing me out right here on my face. But I'm enjoying it though. It's been cold last few days and been rainy the last few days. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so enjoying the sunshine while we get it. But anyway, hey, let's take a look at a little bit of history on this W & Company lock. This particular lock is what they call a smokehouse lock. Padlocks became known as smokehouse locks because people commonly used them to lock their meat in their smokehouses to prevent poachers from stealing it. Lockmakers employing the traditional English design made those first used in the United States from sheets of wrought iron and simple lever mechanisms. The W & Company listed on the front of this lock stands for William Wilcox and Company. William Wilcox was a native resident of Killingworth, Connecticut. At the age of 18, he moved to Middletown, Connecticut, obtained several years of experience at Smith & Cooley gunmakers, and in 1842 he founded the lock company. In 1875 the company was incorporated and the name changed to William Wilcox Manufacturing Company in 1903. In this photo it shows 58 of the workers at the Wilcox & Company lock factory in 1879. A little bit of interesting history in recent news about padlocks is the Pont des Arts Bridge in Paris, France. This bridge has long been used as a place for lovers and couples to put a padlock on the side railing of the bridge for many years. The problem is, about 6 years ago in 2015, part of the railing collapsed because of the weight of the locks. So since that time, the government has been trying to take down the locks and get rid of them. However, since that time, many more locks have been placed on the bridge from couples and lovers. So just a little interesting history about padlocks. All right, everybody. After day number 1 of cleaning it, look at that. You can see a lot of detail around the edge here, and that's just I've probably had it in, it was probably going about 6 hours, and that's it so far. And it's actually, some of the brass is coming back out, copper brass color. I don't know if it'll actually turn back the way it was originally, but man, that thing looks good. Look at that side. I shut down the electrolysis for the night. I don't want to run it overnight. I don't trust it. I'd hate for something to short out in that garage and burn my garage down. It ain't worth it. I can start back up tomorrow, but you can see where it's starting to get those layers of rust off. So I'm gonna leave it in the house and hopefully let it dry out. I really don't know if anybody knows what you're supposed to do when it comes to, if you're letting a process like this take several days and you take a break from it. I wonder if it's going to hurt it all or start rusting up again. I hope it don't, but I don't know, we'll see. But man, look at that. It looks so good. Well, it's day number 2 and I hope you enjoyed that little clip there on the history of the padlocks. I always enjoy studying stuff like that when I find a relic or something. And but anyway, I know the lighting is horrible right now, but here is the lock, and we're on day number 2. And you can see, I'm going to kind of show you a little better, but you can see some detail on this lock now. I've changed out my bucket. I'm not using that big old huge thing anymore. Now I've traded out to one of these red buckets. You know, my red bucket testing thing. I got a bunch of these buckets. Jacob got them for us. But I'm going to use this red bucket, a little smaller, a little more compact. It's rained last night and this morning, so I'm stuck in my garage trying to do this now. So I'm going to test it, or I'm going to put this thing back in here, and I got a different piece of metal today. It's a little L bracket, so I'm going to use it as my sacrificial lamb steel, and stick it in here on the positive charge, stick the lock on the negative, and we're going to see if we can clean this thing anymore. We'll probably run it about 4 or 5 more hours, and hopefully just get this last bit of rust off of it so I can get the detail that I need out of it, and then we will preserve this thing and finish it up. I've got my sacrificial steel right there, and I got it taped to the side of the bucket, and I have the lock right here, and I got it taped to the other part of this bucket, so that way they stay apart. So I don't want them touching. So we're gonna plug this baby in, and we're gonna let it run for several hours today, and we'll bring you back in. All right, everybody. Process did not work like I expected it to today. Yesterday it was working decently, and the water was getting a little cloudy, but not too bad. But today it just seems like it's not making that water dirty this time. It seems like it's it's working on that gator clip in there instead of on the lock. But maybe y'all might understand a little bit more about that and how that works. But if y'all do, let me know. I don't know how to fix that. Anyway, we're gonna take it out and do the final cleanup on it. And I believe this is going to be all. And we're just going to try to put some kind of restoration wax or something on the outside. I got a couple ideas. I didn't buy the Gimpler stuff like I should have. So I'm going to have a go a different route until I get some. So, but anyway, let's get this out. I just realized I got my super clean hat on. I'm going to be testing a product here in a couple weeks. Couple testing Tuesday videos, maybe 1 or 2. Cleaning coins, cleaning some relics maybe, with using a product called Super Clean. So this video is not sponsored by Super Clean, but I just realized I was wearing it, so I will throw it out there though that I will be doing some testing. So sun's popping out, so I'm taking advantage of being outside, and we're gonna do it out here. All right, first things first, here's the there's the piece of steel that I used for this thing. Hey, interesting. It's getting black. I like that. Hey, I think it is doing something. Oh man, maybe I ain't put it in there long enough. Maybe it needs to work some more. It's starting to get black on it. That's good. Maybe I need to let it run some more. You see it there, what it's doing? It's actually getting some color just, oh man, I like that. It's turning out good. Man, that's looking good. Alright, now, I know it's too late because I've already done it. Seeing how y'all are watching this. But y'all tell me if I'm making a mistake using a steel brush. Now honestly, this is the very first time I've ever used electrolysis. Jacob did it on a video probably 4 years ago on our channel. And if I'm making a huge mistake doing this, let me know. I hope I'm not. I just don't want to mess it up, you know. I want to preserve it, don't want to screw it up. Man, I just don't want to keep doing it mess up. Man, I really think I am done. I chipped off a little corner on something. I don't want to do that again. So I believe I am done. My motto in life is this: be sure you're right, and then go ahead. And I got that motto from Davy Crockett, and I like to live by that. So when it comes to stuff like this, I'm very cautious, because especially I only got one, so I don't want to mess it up. But anyway, I'm going to do some cleaning up there right here and just kind of See if I can knock anything else off here just with a screwdriver. Clean it off, and then I'll bring in when I put some kind of a protectant on it. I don't have that Gimpler's restoration stuff that I need. So for this particular video, I believe I am done at this point. But man, that thing turned out great. It's neat to be able to restore that thing to somewhat into a better condition than what it was when I found it. So that's pretty awesome. If you'll keep a check on Instagram, Facebook, and also in the YouTube stories, I will continue to post pictures, as well as when I go up to Vane Mountain during the detector hunt, I'll be showing it off up there as well. So hope you enjoyed the video. God bless. Remember, always treat others how you want to be treated. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.